Quick when you were 5, summer felt like it lasted forever. Now, you blink, and it's somehow December again. Did time actually speed up? Or is your brain playing a trick on you? Stick with me, because the answer is way weirder than you'd think. Here's why this matters. You only get one life. And if it feels like it's flying by faster every year, that's kind of a big deal. Because the years you remember vividly, those are the years that actually feel lived. The rest? They blur into nothing. So if you want your life to feel longer, richer, more yours, you need to understand why time is tricking you. Let's break it down. First thing to know, clocks don't lie. A year is still 365 days, whether you're 5 or 50. So the time itself isn't changing. Your perception of it is. And that comes down to one sneaky little thing: new experiences. Think about being a kid. Every single day was new. New smells, new words, new friends, new rules, new snacks you'd never tried. Your brain was working overtime, soaking in details like a sponge in a puddle. And here's the wild part. The more detail your brain records, the longer that moment feels in your memory. Now compare that to adult life. Wake up, coffee, commute, work, scroll your phone, dinner, sleep, repeat. Same route, same faces, same playlist. Your brain looks at all that and goes, nothing new here, and barely bothers to record it. Less detail stored equals less time felt. So your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's just efficient, maybe a little too efficient. Here's a fun way to picture it. Imagine your memory is a camera, but it only takes photos when something surprising happens. As a kid, everything is surprising, so the camera is snapping nonstop. Click, 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 click. Your mental photo album from age 7? It's packed. Thousands of pictures. But your mental photo album from last year might just have a handful of shots: a vacation, a breakup, a new job. Everything else got skipped because your brain didn't think it was worth saving. And when you look back at a year with fewer photos, it feels like it went by in a flash. Even though, technically, it had the exact same number of days. There's also a math trick hiding in here. When you're 5, 1 year is 20% of your entire life. That's huge. It feels massive because, relatively speaking, it is massive. But when you're 40, 1 year is only 2.5% of your life. Same 12 months. Totally different size when you compare it to everything you've already lived. It's like comparing a slice of pizza to a slice of a pizza the size of a stadium. Same percentage, wildly different feeling. So now you're probably wondering, where did this come from? Why are our brains built this way? Turns out, this isn't some modern glitch. It's ancient. Our ancestors needed to remember danger fast. A new predator, a new trail, a new threat in the cave next door. Brains evolved to flag new information as important and to basically ignore repeated, safe information. Makes sense, right? If a saber-toothed tiger shows up in your usual spot, you better remember that vividly. But if nothing happened yesterday and nothing happens today, your brain says, cool, no threat, and doesn't bother storing much. It wasn't designed to make us feel nostalgic. It was designed to keep us alive. The side effect, thousands of years later, is that boring routines make our adult lives feel like they're zooming past. Survival mode became time blur mode. Funny how that works. Now let's talk about today, because modern life is basically a machine built to make this worse. We've engineered routine into everything. Same job, same gym, same group chats, same 5 restaurants on rotation. And technology adds a sneaky twist too. Scrolling for 2 hours on your phone feels like 5 minutes in the moment. But when you look back at your whole week, that scrolling blurs into nothing. It barely registers as time spent. It's like time eating fog. You don't feel it disappearing until it's already gone. Even work contributes to this. Repetitive tasks, copy-paste days, meetings that feel like reruns of meetings you already had. Your brain just stops tagging these as memorable, so weeks dissolve into each other. This is why so many adults say things like, "Where did this year go?" It's not because life sped up. It's because life got repetitive. And here's the twist that might surprise you. You'd think traveling or having a wild, chaotic year would feel like it lasted forever, right? But it's the opposite. In the moment, Intense or busy experiences often feel like they're flying by because you're overstimulated and distracted. But later, when you look back, that same busy stretch feels like it lasted way longer than it should have. Why? Because your brain stored a ton of detail. So even though the experience felt fast while happening, the memory of it stretches out, making your past feel richer and longer. Time feels short while you're living it, but long when you remember it. It's basically the opposite of routine, which feels long while it's happening, but short when you look back. Wild, right? So now the real question, how do you slow life down? Or at least make it feel like it's not zipping past you? Here's the secret. You don't need more time. You need more new. Tiny changes work. Genuinely tiny. Take a different route somewhere. Try a food you've never had. Talk to someone you wouldn't normally talk to. Rearrange your room. Learn 5 words in a new language. Each new experience is like a flashbulb going off in your brain, capturing more detail, creating more memory, stretching your perceived time. You don't need to skydive every weekend. You just need to break the loop often enough that your brain stays alert and engaged. Even something as simple as putting your phone away during a walk can change how vivid that walk feels in your memory. It's tiny, but tiny adds up. So let's bring this all together. Time isn't speeding up. Your brain is just getting lazier about logging it, because nothing new is happening often enough to catch its attention. The fix isn't complicated. You don't need a longer life. You need a fuller one. More new moments. More tiny surprises. More reasons for your brain to hit record. Because in the end, your life isn't measured by how many days you survive. It's measured by how many moments you actually remember. So go make a few more worth remembering.